crap. Last time on Shadowrun Button Run. We awaken after a cold, uncomfortable night on the mountain, pack up our campsite, and hike our way out to the car. There's a parking fine, of course. We hit the road to Sacramento. There are rumors of multiple roadblocks in the area. Neil does his best to plot a course on minor roads and trails. We head down increasingly remote and shitty roads and rainy weekends. Luckily, Chase happened to suggest getting mud tires before we left Sacramento. It was excellent forethought on his part. Realizing that we are in Calfree illegally, we decide to road trip it back to the Tir. And Bitsy calls Chase, who calls in others to find us documents that won't get us frowned at by Calfree border control, even though their opinions totally shouldn't matter. Arriving in Sacramento, we hit up a coffin motel for what remains of the night, and then go to meet Mr. Raddick in the basement of the Trionic building. He takes us upstairs for a celebration. Things get suspicious, and then they get suspiciouser, mostly because of how nice Raddick is being. We basically pretend to celebrate for a while. At length, a downcast Erin arrives. Morty quizzes her on the social justice situation vis-a-vis the attitudes of awakened wildlife towards the various meta races, and also more pertinent matters. And then, Scales addresses us via our team comms. It's very perturbing. He tells Morty he wants to meet, and then he's here. He comes up the elevator and says all sorts of implicitly threatening things. Raddick isn't very stoked about this and gets all Karen with Scales, who's not impressed. He gets down to business and regales Morty with a tale of an existential crisis that threatens humanity. He wants Morty to rejoin Seda Krupp. The carrot is significant, if not quite so significant as the pitch itself, which is admittedly impressive. The negotiation gets very strange. Morty gets ambitious with his demands, which surprisingly are met. Morty agrees to the group's consternation. Neil then has an existential crisis and has to decide whether or not to accompany Morty on his trip into the unknown. And if you've read the little story I wrote, you will know that maybe, but also the answer is actually no, I just didn't write it good. Although that ends with Neil being like, all right, then where's the recruitment fee for taking away our muscle? So, feeling generous, let's fucking milk him a bit. And also, we are going to be undermanned.
Right, so you want to pick up from there? You want to see if you can negotiate for a joining fee?
It's only fair, right? Yeah. It's like when you poach a footballer from their team, but their contract isn't up.
Okay, so Scale says, I believe Mr. Ingalls has already forfeited his share in both of your ongoing jobs, or at least the one that's just concluded. Also, the information that you recovered could be of some use to my employer, no doubt, but we'll cede it to you.
God, they ain't half generous, this mob.
No doubt that a team of your particular talents should have no difficulty attracting a replacement member.
We keep bleeding talent, though, is our issue. And you're not helping.
Was he being sarcastic? I feel like you might have been being sarcastic.
It's difficult to tell with a lizard face and all.
It's difficult to tell with a lizard face and all. Look, I mean, I'm not trying to extort you. I just think it would be nice, as a little consideration, to a little token of your goodwill going forward, and how you're not just rocking in here and stealing the dude who can punch harder than anyone else.
We are losing a very valuable member of our team.
So this is kind of after the helicopter has arrived to pick up Morty and Aaron. Yeah, it should be, because otherwise it's very makes things too awkward. All right, so Scale just smiles and says, I admire your attempts to bar the gates after the horses bolted, but I suspect you have a little bit to learn about the art of negotiation. Perhaps that, as a team member, you should seek out as opposed to muscle.
Well, this guy's a dick.
The art of negotiation is
You gonna let
remembering
him
to do the
sack you like
thing.
that, Neil?
Is remembering to do the thing. I mean, thanks, Captain Hindsight. I'll take that one on board. I was just giving you an
Flashback
opportunity.
to when we do this negotiation before.
Hey, look, man, I was just trying to give you the chance to not be a dick, but I stand corrected. I'm sorry I didn't think of it sooner, and that no one else thought of it either.
This concludes our business.
Fuck it. Hey, Morty, you're right about these mega corporate types. They call us mercenary. Jesus.
Morty has left the group chat.
Morty.
Morty was right about these mega corporate types, everyone. To you, sir. I say, I didn't want your dirty Nuyen anyway, unless there's a chance of getting some, in which case I definitely do. I'm just...
So he is in the process of leaving.
Yeah.
Do we get to go home?
They are giving us a ride on their Chelinopter.
Is that what's happening?
Right?
Not as such.
I'm pretty sure we negotiated that last session.
We negotiated a way back, but I don't think it was on the Chelinopter.
I don't think the Chelinopter, they were going to give us a ride, but not like all the fucking way home, but like to somewhere within a Chelinopter's range, which is much less than that far. And still inside this country.
That's not useful.
No, it's not, considering our car is here.
Out of game, like, I'm pretty sure Neil would have forgotten, and maybe Clay and Ola wouldn't know, but maybe Bitsy might remind them that, you know, Morty did maintain a system of dead drops by which he could maintain, like, surreptitious communication lines.
Mm. Yeah. If contact with him is necessary, it can be arranged.
Right, well, I fire a message off to Morty's dead drop saying, you were right about these mega corporate types.
He's going to have a full-up inbox, for sure.
So he's gone?
Mm-hmm.
And we're just in this building?
Yeah.
So, guys, now what?
Your money is on the table as well, so...
Oh, for what?
That. For the job you did for the Callisti file.
I thought we weren't getting money for that. I thought it was just to get Aaron out. But
you
sweet.
get paid as well.
How much did we get?
It was 15k each.
Sweet. 15k. Fuck. And what about Morty's share?
He left it to you guys.
Aww.
So it's 15k plus 15k divided by 5, which is another 3k. So
Right.
18k each.
Are you paying Bitsy as well?
Yeah, so it's Clay, Neil, Orla, Slick, Bitsy. Is it everyone?
That's
Hello.
everyone.
Sweet. Oh, there we go.
Hello.
Not even very late.
Sorry,
That's some
guys.
very quick maths. I was
That's-
like...
That's good timing, Slick. We each get 18,000 new yen from our last job.
Oh, baby. Let's
Oh, and
And all it cost us was a friend.
Yeah, Morty's
speak-
gone. Sorry.
Speaking.
Yeah, are you somewhat up to date with what happened?
how did it come to be, Morty?
There's a
He sold
question I
his soul.
wanted to have, considering that you weren't here, whether or not you and Morty need a scene together for.
Or going in cold. Like maybe if we were in the moment, but maybe we can just narrate over this one.
No, I
Unless
want you
you
to
really
improv it.
want to, AJ.
No, improv.
So
Let those emotions fly.
Also, don't forget Slick is spinning around on an office chair the whole
Do you
time.
mean are we gonna? Do we need to relive that moment? If you know what I mean. So you've already died, right?
I'm
He's not dead.
He's not dead. He just took another
Worse.
job.
Oh, you gotta
I've
read
gone
the
back to
recap.
work at Cedar Crop. I go now into the great beyond to fight a battle that's
So
I
you
know
think
not
we need
the
a moment
outcome of.
for Slick and Morty to kind of, I don't know, say goodbye, part ways. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
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 All right, yeah.
You could write-
Or you can
Or you
try
could
and talk
write-
them out of it.
You could also write an unintentionally ambiguous short story about it.
I'll,
Alright, so Morty's walking away towards the helicopter. His back is to Slick.
wait,
It's
wait,
raining.
wait, hold on, Morty, come on, come back. Give me one moment.
He looks back in a cool way. You want to just like sort of meet me? Like, do you want to talk under the whirring wind of the helicopter, churning helicopter blades?
Yeah, that is completely appropriate. I'm obviously running. Well, not running, but I'm like jogging towards you now. You know, I'm like, Morty, no, hold up, I got something to say. Yeah, and obviously we're screaming.
What is it, Slick?
I don't know. I just want well here. I'm gonna miss you, man. And then he gives him a big old hug, like and then kind of shouts at him, you know, towards his ear, like thanks for making me part of the team.
It's all right. And look, you're gonna see some shit. And if you come out the other side and you're still keen on a scrap, come find me. And
I
with
will.
that, I turn.
And then, as last thing, as he's running away, Slick shouts, "If you ever learn to fly with somebody on you, you best come back and give me a ride."
I look back and I grin. And I give him the Shadowrunner's nod.
Nice.
His very last.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think Slick's
Just
actually
if we
got cut
ever
up.
edit that,
Morty
can
was,
like at that moment, can like when Morty exits, and can you just like cue the
Like a sex solo.
Yeah, like a sex solo.
No, we already had the musical interlude from the last episode, which is in the air tonight.
Oh, that's right. That's
So-
right.
That
But a
was
jazz
great.
version.
How could we ever hope to top that? Oh, I remember.
18,000 buckaroos. Whoa.
All right, I'll mute my microphone until called upon.
It takes the sting out of it. Yeah, I might need to slightly retcon that deal because I forgot about it, that you made a deal to actually get out with Lothwith. So let's pretend that never happened so that I can do something else instead.
Oh,
I'm admitting fault here, okay?
Just pray he doesn't alter the deal further.
It's either that or the corporation lets you down, which is possible as well.
Never deal with the
it's
dragon.
more
guys.
plausible. Mm.
They promised a bunch of stuff to Morty, and then Morty's out of the picture. It's like, right, see ya.
Fuck you guys.
Suck a dick, dumb shit.
Oh, my lighting is terrible.
I thought it was very cinematic.
Mm. There's also a slug on your upper lip.
Yeah.
He's a slug
Oh,
balancer.
The old pedo tash. It's in town. No, I'm getting this bubble back. It'll grow back eventually. I did it as a joke with a customer, and it didn't really work out. It was just more like he didn't dare me, but I felt like he didn't think I would, and I don't really care how I look, so I just did it. And I was expecting more of a reaction and a bit more of a laugh or a joke, but when he came in, he just really didn't give a fuck. So I feel like I wasted my beard.
Unacceptable.
Okay, so I will remind you as well. Well, actually, no, Bitsy can say. That's what she's here for. So, yeah, Bitsy says, remember that Jamaica said that she had a way for us to get out of here. We might just have to, do something for her.
Right.
I don't think any of us are in any condition to do that just yet, so maybe we can get some R&R.
Fucking A.
Yep.
Needed.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I'll
Hey Ben, what's the name of that elf gang?
at the Ancients.
Hey Neil, are we gonna drink loads of beer and pretend that we never pretend to forget about Maury leaving?
Forget about what?
Yeah, we're gonna drink loads of beer and try and forget about Maury leaving.
You could take a few.
Yes,
you could take a
of
few
course,
bottles from the kitchenette here
Yeah.
if you wanted to get
Neil
started.
lifts the beer that's in his hand. Oh, sorry, I don't need to mind that. I forget about what that's like.
Can I go on like a plant-based juice cleanse?
Yes.
Fucking elves, man.
I mean, it's California, right?
Yeah.
It's not LA, but
See,
North Cal,
dandelion sure isn't a racial slur. It's just an accurate description.
yeah. So I assume some people might want to try and get some karma back, etc., etc.
Yeah,
So,
hence the cleanse.
Slick kind of says to the gang, "What are we gonna do now that Morty's gone? Are we gonna replace him, or what's happening? Can I still live with you, Neil? Can I get Morty's room?"
I mean, you pay the rent, you can do what you want. Well, we definitely. Well, I think we're gonna need some more muscle at least because, sort of, yeah.
Morty was the guy that kind of killed everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's sort of not my primary thing. And Clay's good at hitting things with a stick, but again, not his primary thing.
Yeah.
And
I'm good at the old combat, but I don't really kill many people. It's not really my thing either.
Yeah, that sick shadow kick thing you did was mean, but it'd be nice to
Yeah,
have someone.
I'm getting used to using that. It's pretty good.
I mean, your stereotypical Shadowrun team has like a fucking heavily chromed street samurai with 2 metal arms and blades that stick out of them and shit.
Well, Jesus, do you know any of them, Neil? Because that'd be fucking sweet.
I only know of one, and I need a little bit above our pay grade.
Oh. Are we not like a Brixton bowling crew? Are we not one of the best?
We've actually got a pretty good rep these days, probably. But the guy I know is literally AAA, don't fuck with meest dude on the fucking block. And he runs his own team who, they do the occasional job that pays $1 million.
Right. Well, I don't know. I'll keep my eyes peeled. Maybe we'll find someone cool.
Yeah, we'll get on Craigslist.
We could hold auditions.
Can we worry about that when we're back in the?
Oh, sorry, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. I'm just.
Yeah, I know. We're all reeling
inside of me that is Moy.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, and I think that Reddit guy is getting a little antsy. I think that whole
we need to leave.
thing might have ruined his party vibe.
Yeah. Right. Should we find a a place to bunker down.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
You guys ready
um,
for that lift ride down? It's gonna be a bit awkward this time.
Still haven't fixed that goddamn music.
Neil grabs a fistful of beers from the cooler.
Cheers, Reddit.
Cheers.
Yeah, he just waves from outside.
Upon stepping into the elevator and the music starting, Orla bursts into tears.
Oh.
She's only got one karma. She's feeling a little bit sad, and this has made it worse.
Oh shit, doggy. Let's hightail it out of here.
Bitsy gives her a hug.
Clay awkwardly pats her on her head.
Neil is very stoic, and you can tell he has no feelings. He's just going.
Yeah, I'm just being an awkward teenager. Like, I want to help, but I don't know. Touching a woman, it's a bit odd. Woo.
So do we find like a hotel or something to stay in, or Airbnb, or?
Yeah, a hotel's probably more likely this time of night.
Or sleep pod.
Yeah, if you want. I mean, you just got paid. You can afford a hotel.
Yeah, I vote hotel. Bitsy, can you find us one, please?
Sure.
I mean, yeah. Let's find a nice place to stay, somewhere we can at least get a bed each. I'm not sharing.
You don't need to share anymore.
All right, so yeah. What time of year is it? So say 150 million each for just a sort of a 3-star place.
Yeah, that sounds banging.
Adjoining rooms, but separate. Just little studio rooms. The usual, everything combined into one. Little kitchenette, like partitioned off bedroom, bathroom. Minimal roaches.
Good. All right, I'll go into my room and go online and try and find like a week's worth of juice cleanse, detox stuff for delivery the next day. I assume I'm wondering if I can use that to regain my karma.
Yep, I could live with that.
And then I go to sleep.
Yeah, and I'll find some organic, cruelty-free beer. Sorry, I meant beer.
I'll be back in 1 sec, but if it comes around to me, I think Slick is gonna drink beer. He's gonna get drunk with Neil. I think that's definitely what's gonna happen.
Does this hotel have a bar?
It's not quite cool enough to have a bar, but there is one sort of on the block.
I mean,
It's a tucked away little Irish bar.
oh, Morty's not here to do a bad accent. Bugger.
I'm good for karma, so Clay's going to just cloister himself in the hotel room and write his new EP called The Folly of the Red Drake. Mostly instrumental. And yeah, maybe join Neil and after it.
Is this going to be like in the style of Rush or something like that? Some 70s prog?
Yeah, probably. So similarly, he writes very emotionally, so I picture it ending on a no. Sorry, it's called The Folly of the Red Drake Part 1, and that's the entire EP. It's called that. and it ends on a like discordant, unresolved melody. So yeah.
That should actually be worth a lot of karma.
Shouldn't that be like the full title then? Like, you know, like colon the unresolved melody, you know? The Folly of the Red Drake, colon
No,
the
it's
unresolved melody.
Folly of the Red Drake Part 1.
Part 1,
Yeah.
the Folly of the Unbroken Melody.
No.
Can't have more than one folly. But the last
Well, if you're
track.
not going to take great advice, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, so I guess we're workshopping this at the bar. I'd be like, well, the last track could be called Unresolved Melody, or
You're discussing it while he's writing it in his room?
No, he's gonna join them after, like, you know, the creative juice
Oh.
is kind of dried up a little bit. And
once Clay's already finished it, then I'll critique it.
You should have done it this, like, added in a cowbell here.
More cowbell.
I got a fever.
In fact, we must be coming up on the 100th anniversary of Something Awesome by Rush, right?
I guess. I don't know. When did they produce stuff?
Well, the 70s.
Late 70s?
I think they started in the
80s. Oh. Okay, so yeah, you while away the evening with alcohol and music critique or juice cleanse browsing. Sacramento seems pretty subdued.
Okay, so they started in 68.
Oh, I've already had their 100-year anniversary then.
Are we drinking right now?
So yeah, I guess Bitsy joins you for a couple of drinks, but she's pretty worn out, so she doesn't last long.
Hey Bitsy, do you dabble in any like AR modeling?
I used to, like when I was before I was in the Red Rovers anyway.
Do you think you could like mock up some big blue wings to like just kind of hang off the back of my drummers?
Like pixie wings?
No, like dragon wings.
Oh. Yeah, I suppose so.
Cool.
Is that for like live stuff, you mean?
Yeah, you can just be in the show and when the song comes on, just open those big wings and you can do this fucking drum solo. It'd be sick.
Yeah, sounds kind of fun.
Cool.
Give it a go.
Thanks.
I sent a message to Jamaica and said we'll be in touch once we've had a chance to cool off the last stuff. So I could just let her know when we're ready, I suppose. I don't know how long we'll be able to stick around here without causing too much trouble. She looks slightly askance at Neil.
Well, what do you mean by that? What trouble are we going to get into? We've done our business. We're all good. At this point, Slick's a little bit tipsy.
Yeah, I've seen a few things. So, I've been with this crew since the beginning. It's like what the, you know. Let's just say.
Oh shit! She pulling rank.
Sometimes the trouble happens in between the jobs, you know.
Oh, really? This big guy over here, Neil? Oh, he's just a big pushover.
I'm sure I have no idea what you're referring to.
I'll give him a big old slap on the back. I'm sure this guy won't cause any problems. Right, Neil?
Perish the thought.
See, it's all good, Bitsy.
That only happened at one time, also.
Just remember, we're not here strictly legally, so anything dealing with the authorities, that's the kind of trouble I'm looking to avoid.
Oh, right. Oh, I'm with you now. Right, Neil, just shush, hush, hush, keep it down.
Fine. You don't need to worry about me. I'll keep my P's and Q's dotted and crossed.
Seems like a good time to decide whether they have overindulged or not.
Well, it'd probably be a few days would need to happen, would need to pass with them solely devoted to this.
I'm actually not 100% sure I want to try and regain karma because I still have 3 and I don't want to do the thing that happens. What's the cap on it?
It's 8.
Oh, yeah, nah, fuck it. That's right then.
I got 1. I'm definitely trying to get some karma back.
Well, how does Slick get karma back? Is it the same?
Well, I'm a little bit unsure about that as of now myself. I feel like because he is a bit of a teenager still, like, and he's been trapped in the Barrens a lot of his life, I feel like this is a part of his life where he's figuring a lot of things out. So I feel like right now, anyway, Slick's thing is kind of anything a bit new, anything a bit wild, something different. Like if he's never done it before, he's going to do it. Like maybe next time he'll read some books with Orla or something. I don't know, but I don't think he's quite figured his little thing out.
Makes
so
sense.
I feel like that's why this time I'm like, well, it makes sense. I think Slick is all up for getting a bit drunk with Neil to kind of wash away the sorrows of Morty.
I think, like typical teenager stuff, you could just listen to some bad music and wear bad pants.
Well, I mean, that's how I've been figuring out how to use my powers a bit better. I've just been like crashing out of my room, just, you know, being a weirdo and not talking to anyone.
You can join Clay in writing songs and just write really emo ones. And like trying to learn the guitar, but like only insist on having an electric one that's
I
like.
could actually imagine Slick doing that. You know, he could like go up to Clay one day and be like, "Hey, you know, I've kind of wrote this thing. Like, do you want to
Get a studded belt and cut your hair with a side fringe and start wearing eyeliner.
Clay would be into it. All about the collaborations.
Yeah, so if you like, you can spend a few days regaining karma.
I mean, that's what I did as a teenager.
Is that actually advantageous for us now? I thought that's what we were actually doing, or do we need to actually get out and get gone?
No, I need to get karma back. I got to finish this juice cleanse, y'all.
Because
you don't need to leave Sacramento just yet. It's just you want to leave, and it's difficult to leave at the moment. That's the predicament you're in because you're not here legally. That's the only real problem, and you want to get back to Portland, and to do that, you
give this fucking book back.
Yeah.
Yes, the original mission. All right, fair enough. Well then, yes, I need some karma. That's what I'm doing.
I assume that we can skip forward a few days of us doing this.
Yep. So we'll say, because the other benefit is that your drain will go away if you're sort of chilling out. So,
mean.
So if we say 3 days later, which means you'll just be paying the room cost. So 150 times 3. So 450.
In addition to the 150 you already paid?
Mm-hmm. No. Same as. And then you can roll to get your karma back.
How much do I roll?
You roll your worst attribute. So that'll be the one that has the least actions in it.
Including 0?
And you hit a 0.
Oh, attribute. No, okay. No, I get what you mean. It's 2.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. There's the dice cam. 5 karma.
Enough for me.
Neil.
Well, I needn't have worried about we're getting too much karma. Here's my worst attribute. Yay! Oh well, it's alright.
Wow, really? Is that how you actually gain karma about every time? Like, that must be a bit shit for you. Like, what if, yeah, that must be really crap.
I mean, or you can roll a double 6 while doing a thing, but now with these dice, it doesn't really happen very often.
Alright, so Slick, is it your turn to roll?
It can be, yeah. My lowest is 2 as well. I'm 322.
5.
Yeah.
And Clay. That's how I talk now.
Clay didn't need to.
Yeah, Clay was.
Oh, that's right.
He was just doing writing and chilling out, doing a bit of video conferencing with the rest of the band to collaborate.
So I don't have any more drain.
Correct.
I've got 6 karma. All right, things are looking up, boys. I'm feeling really good about after this juice cleanse. I feel really detoxed. I feel really fresh. My mind is clean and is clear. I feel great. So what's next, you guys? I'm feeling very positive.
I feel pretty toxed myself.
I don't
Should have
know.
done a
I'm
juice
not for all this
cleanse.
positivity. Oh dear.
Get some spirulina and some kale, cucumber, and turmeric juice in you.
Not fucking made of money, Jesus Christ. You know what that shit
Awakened
costs?
eggplant. Yeah.
I wonder if that juice cleanse stuff was like actually those things or just like, flavored soy paste.
Placebo still works.
Synthesized equivalent.
Oh, also there's charcoal ones too for real maximum detoxification.
At least real charcoal can probably still be had.
Okay, so what's next is you have a meeting with Jamaica and Chase at a Turkish restaurant in town.
Right.
Like, Chase is there in person.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Yeah, wait, so Chase is the boyfriend of Bitsy, right? The ex, right? Or something. Well, Chase
What the
was
fuck
the
is it?
character that died, wasn't it? That I've never met.
Chase,
Yeah, you haven't
he
met.
didn't. Yeah.
Chase
Sorry.
didn't die. He retired. He was a member of this team. It was Austin's character before Clay.
He retired and went back to being a corporate guy as well.
Yeah.
Fucking sellouts.
So is that what people do on this team, Neil? They just go back to working in offices and do paperwork.
Man,
Morty's
apparently. Although, yeah, I don't think what Morty's doing probably involves much paperwork. But wow, who knows? I never worked for a mega corp. It probably fucking is. It's like,
He
oh, I
could
slipped
probably
the
kill
budget
some
for
of
it. Now I'm going to
the
fill up forms in triplicate.
All right, well, let's go meet this guy. Who knows Chase best?
Neil,
Fucking-
I'd say.
He was the only one who knows him at all.
Neil and
Yeah.
Bitsy.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Bitsy.
Oh yeah, Bitsy. Yeah, we ran the shadows, man. For some time, it was actually probably only months, but it felt like about 3 years.
What did Chase do? What is Chase?
Chase the face.
Yeah, Chase
Well,
the face.
well, actually,
He was the
Loyalty.
negotiator.
Well, he started out as a bit of
Yeah.
a dickhead, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Computers are hard. I'm going to hack humans."
Yeah, things used to go well. Not everything went smooth, but the meeting went smooth when Chase was around.
Yeah, if we couldn't figure out how to do something, we'd just get Chase to talk to them nicely. Well, not necessarily nicely, just talk to them.
Yeah, it's sort of persisted a little bit. Sometimes we've given him a call to help us out with some stuff. Jamaica, she's a fixer. We got a few jobs from her back in the day, and I think Chase and her are pretty tight now.
So you want us to avoid pissing these people off? Not that was on the cards, but this is a best behavior type situation.
I mean, like Jamaica and Chase, I think we can consider them probably friends, but at least allies. Chase for sure. Jamaica, I mean, okay, what's happening? Jamaica, she's a fixer, so she's always going to be looking for the deal, but she's never fucked us before. So.
Okay.
You like Chase. Everybody does when they meet him.
Yeah, you'll like him.
I don't know if I want to talk to this guy. I'm gonna hang around in the back. I don't want this guy fucking. I don't know. Sounds like he's a smooth talker. I don't want him making me doing some shit I don't want to do. You guys can talk to him.
Yeah, I'll meet Chase.
What's the worst that can happen?
Okay, but don't ever say that.
Okay. So, meeting's on for this evening. Downtown. Looks like a place that is reasonably dressy.
I just remembered that I'd never finished learning my silence spell on the journeyman. Back.
Will this journeyman's day be his last?
Anyway.
Iron Maiden reference there, sorry.
Okay, so heading downtown.
I don't know to what extent any of us can get ourselves even remotely dressy at this point.
It's probably just like having a shower, scrubbing the bloodstains off your clothes.
Yes, we'll turn up clean.
Surely we can go shopping and buy some new clothes.
Yeah,
Or like
you got cash.
send our clothes to like the hotel's laundromat or whatever and get them to wash our clothes.
Yeah, they can wash out the bullet holes.
Or just go shopping.
Actually, that's the point, because my armor jacket did get shot with bullets. Again.
I'm just assuming they all have got a shit cleaned because, I mean, you clean your inside and you clean your outside, so...
That's right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Looking good,
Well,
feeling good.
Really, exactly. Yeah.
Well, in that case, I'll buy another, what Neil thinks is nice synth leather jacket.
Oh, have we recovered from harm?
Yes. What Tom did you have?
I had level 2. Or I had level 2 and level 1. I'm not sure how that works, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I think I actually only had level 2, but I put marks in both.
Yeah, let's say for ease that it is gone.
Cool.
Won't always go this easy, but
Yeah. Rather than marks,
magic involved.
rather than marks, it's probably best to just put in a 1 or 2 word description of what it is.
Yeah. Some of it goes easy, some of it lingers.
It was drained, right? When you.
I think he got hit with spirits.
Yeah, Fire Spirit. Fucking burn me.
I thought you said fart spirit.
It did.
Yeah, we'll say it's gone.
Cool.
Okay, so yeah, heading downtown.
I'm not going to be asked to RP Clay and Chase, am I? Okay, cool.
I'll do my best to chase some impersonation.
Yeah, eventually we'll all be playing like 3 characters each.
Hi, I'm Clay. Hi, I'm Chase.
Okay, so yeah, this place is just called Istanbul. It's tucked away in a sort of a foot square, so you can either take public transport or park somewhere nearby across the square, which has a couple of fountains in the center of it, and there's a variety of different sort of boutique eateries and curio shops surrounding the square, including this one. It's a reasonably chill evening still, but the weather is clear, crisp, and it seems to be a reasonably well-populated part of town. Lots of people wearing chic pastel clothing, looking quite relaxed, and fairly hefty pocketbooks, strolling about without a care in the world, watched by discreet and well-armed security at strategic points. So, heading downstairs into this place, which is sort of recessed into the lower part of the square. Vines hang over the entranceway. You have a reservation at a round leather booth. Place is otherwise fairly unremarkable, fairly Spartan, other than the stone tables, which sort of marbled, glossy, quite cool. It's reasonably early. It's not full up yet, but the amount of staff on implies that they're used to quite a dinner rush. There is also a bar in the center of the place, which is backlit, and there are a variety of stylized mythological creatures that bear fairly little resemblance to their actual real world incarnations cavorting behind the bar.
Quick table talk question. What's the deal with water in this world? Like, is water still a common thing, or is it more of an expensive commodity?
It's kind of like it is in this world. You don't drink out of the tap anywhere. You tend to order bottled water, and it comes in a variety of different prices.
Yeah, like you're from Seattle, so you would basically never drink tap water unless you absolutely had to.
Mm. Particularly in the Barrens, where you're lucky to have
Y'all don't
running
drink
water.
out of tap?
Right. Okay. Well, Slick just goes straight up to the bar and he buys the biggest, coldest, most refreshing, fizzy water he can get.
Yeah,
Ooh, spicy water.
Martin. I don't mean the real world in New Zealand. I mean in the States, I guess. Particularly, say somewhere like Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess hundreds.
When I went to New York, I read that you shouldn't drink the tap water, so I didn't even brush my teeth with it. Which I don't even go that hard out in Thailand. Well, I probably should.
Oh man, in Thailand, bottled water for everything. Fucking hell.
So cheap. So
But I guess in the 2070s, pretty much all of North America is basically Flint, Michigan.
why?
The story of why my mom started putting like a
Oh, Marty's froze up for me.
Yeah, you just really.
Yeah, same.
Pretty decent.
There we go.
He's under attack by black ice.
There we go. He's back. All right, so you brought over a few plates of warm bread for starters. It doesn't look like your meeting guests have arrived yet. There's also a small sort of pit behind the bar where there are a variety of radio broadcasts of horse racing.
Well, your friends certainly seem to know how to set the scene, Neil.
Oh man, they're showing off. Jesus Christ. Do they have anything like Pull You Up Light?
Nothing quite like it, really.
Come on, Neil. Let's get a cocktail. Let's run place. It's cocktail town.
Oh well. All right. Well, what should I get? I used to let Jonesy deal with this.
Just go with something bright.
So look at the bartender and I'm like, I'm feeling like cocktails, something bright. What can you recommend?
Slick's face just drops as Neil says that.
Okay, Mr. Spicy Water.
Yeah, it's just the bartenders.
Damn, I really thought I pulled that one off.
I asked for a vodka lemon soda.
Cool. Mixes one up.
Still on a bit of a health kick, but not that much of a health kick to not drink alcohol.
Yeah, I'll have that unicorn themed cocktail.
Oh, yes, two. Yes, thank you. That sounds mean. Unicorns are the shit. Did you know we met a real unicorn?
Yeah, maybe in a dream.
No, seriously.
Unicorns, really?
We were there, Neil, and it was like pat Neil gently on the shoulder.
You guys just can't appreciate the magic in the world.
There's nothing magical about that scene, my friend.
I'm still fucking trying to figure out this whole magic thing, man. I'm not going to believe unicorns. I need to see that for myself.
You don't want to see what we saw. It was gross.
It was majestical.
Nope.
It was amazing and magical.
It was a crime.
A crime against muggles like you.
The mixture sponge unicorn. What the hell was the deal?
As unlikely that as that insult is, it shuts Clay down.
Bitsy says it was like some guys put a horn on a horse. That's what it was.
what a unicorn is. Oh, you people.
Right. I'm just gonna go right back to my water. That was wonderful.
Why have we lost your camera, Gar? We've got.
I can see it.
I can see it.
Okay, I've just got your
I can see it.
snap camera thing icon.
Oh,
Weirdly. Oh well.
You're muted then, Neil.
Yeah, I don't know why everyone
Oh,
else
he's
can
getting
see
a
it.
phone call now.
Oh dear.
You're muted, Gar.
Sorry, I'm not saying anything important.
Do you mind just leaving and coming back just to see if it fixes it for me?
Oh, now he's gone. Right.
There we go. Yeah, odd.
Sweet.
I don't see why it would do that just for me, but that's all right. Okay, so you get your drinks, and we're a fairly glamorous couple. Jamaica on the right, tall, willowy elf with a fairly lustrous set of curly blonde hair and green eyes, and she's wearing a kind of an orange cocktail dress and tall heels. And Chase beside her, who is wearing a casual kind of a sports jacket, polo shirt, and pair of formal slacks. And yeah, he has a very handsome cast to his face. The kind of face that you feel like that doesn't really strike you as much until you see a sort of half smile as he turns his head towards seeing Neil in particular, and yeah, you can just feel the charisma beaming off this guy, and it doesn't feel forced.
Are we severely underdressed, or are we dressed appropriately?
It was meant to be a dressy place. You didn't really get any
Okay.
looks from the servers, so
Okay.
there's no dress code as such.
Orla like gasps when she sees them and says, "I want to be like her when I grow up."
For the benefit of anyone who hasn't met Chase yet, he has bonuses to both. If you've never met him before, he has a social bonus on you. And also, if you haven't established a relationship with him, he gets a different bonus. Gets you coming and going.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Slick says, yeah, I just really like the look of this guy, and I don't know why, and that's why I don't like him. Outright.
Suspicious.
Yeah, you'd think it were magic if you didn't know what magic already looked like.
Hey, I go
Man,
up to...
you guys dealt with this all the time. How did you not know he was like, I don't know, like lying to you or like controlling you the whole time you were with him?
He's not a fucking sorcerer. He's just a mate. Fucking... And I go to shake Chase's hand, then change my mind at last minute and go in for the hug.
All right, so hugs you back. Says, it's been a while. I didn't want to clue you guys in that I've been here for a little while. I thought it might get in the way of, what you guys were up to. But I guess now that you're at a loose end, we can maybe catch up a little.
It's been a time, man.
Are you two married?
Quick notion, Ola.
Well, she hasn't popped the question yet, so...
I like this guy.
The confidence.
So Jamaica, gives a quick smile, and she takes a seat.
Oh, shit. You too. Ah.
I'm like staring at Jamaica with like starry eyes, like idolizing.
She definitely fits the normal elven archetype where they're blessed with charisma as well. So the two of them together it's kind of like a celebrity couple.
There's this there's two of Gar.
There's a weird frozen one, and then there's a live action one.
Yeah, for me, there's a guest who just has a black screen. So
It's like a blurry version of you sort of grinning. It's
Can you
really
just-
I'm gonna take a screenshot.
can you kick that one?
Well, once everyone's taken screenshots.
Yeah, that looks exactly like every picture taken in the 90s.
Let's see what happens if I remove. There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Don't know if I want to see that or not, but someone definitely posted in chat.
Okay, so yeah, after a light meal and Jamaica warding off Chase's wandering eye towards the racing, he's a bit of a gambler, or at least he has been in the past. So yeah, he turns to her and says, it's probably would be fair to everyone here if we put all the cards on the table. We can discuss the possible arrangement that we can make. And Jamaica says, I know it's been some time since we've dealt any particular work, and I'm meeting most of you for the first time. Possibly not the last, but it's these days I'm not quite as involved in running business as I used to be. I manage some fairly high-profile clients now, with Chase's occasional assistance. There is going to be a social event in a couple of nights' time that we will be attending. Sorry, I just saw your message. I forgot I was going to ask that. So, yeah, rewind slightly. So, yeah, Chase says seem to be missing Morty, though.
Yeah, that just happened 3 days ago, man.
Fresh wound.
All his face crumples a little bit.
If I tell you, you're not even gonna believe me. Fucking, he went back to SK. You remember the bugs, the insect spirit whole issue? Well, apparently Lofwer has decided to take this seriously, and he's also decided that involves Morty hitting them a lot. So, off he fucked. They wouldn't even give us a fee for taking him away, which I thought was rude.
I'm sorry for touching a nerve.
Man, that's alright. You deserve to know. It's just fucking Megacorps, am I right?
Well, I suppose I can't be too critical.
Well, I think that's both better and worse, because he's gone off to do something super important, but also it's super fucked up. I can't remember what my point was.
I can understand his reasons. It had no small part to do with my decision as well.
Yeah, but at the same time, your whole goal in life wasn't to bring down the Megacorps, so...
Well, we've trusted his judgment in the past.
We have?
Well, trusted him with our lives. at least.
Mm.
I'm sure he'll do what he feels is right.
Yeah, man. Fucking. Yep.
It's a blow. I think he would be quite useful on this excursion.
Yeah.
Although he also could have been more of a liability, I suppose. It's a bit of a flip of a coin. Like I say,
You seem like a pretty well-connected person. Do you have any leads on a potential recruit?
you're looking to fill the void?
We're gonna have to eventually, aren't we?
Yes, please.
Our capacity for punching people in the face is severely diminished without Morty, as you can probably appreciate.
As it happens, we weren't sure who would be available for this particular little jaunt, and we have... Sorry, he gestures to Jamaica, who says, I took the precaution of contracting with a promising recruit, shall we say.
Street
Although-
sand, metal arms, blades, monofilament things.
Yeah. What are you saying?
We were
Basically no
going,
soul left.
particularly as this may have ended up being a solo job, we were looking somewhat more subtly.
Oh yeah. Subtle's our middle name.
He is a person quite adept with cyberspace.
You say adept. I think that's what
Oh yeah. That's what we wanted.
we love, adepts.
Not in the sense that perhaps you're imagining. Magic is definitely not his forte.
Oh.
But there is some information that we were looking to extract from a certain individual, and that is one of his specialities.
That little exchange, it could have been lifted almost directly from the novel Striper Assassin by Nick Smith, which is where someone's trying to describe this weird tiger. He's like, this person says, well, is she a physical adept? And the other person doesn't know what that is and goes, she's very adept.
Yeah, she's physically adept. Yeah. I will put you in touch, and perhaps it's something you'd like to coordinate to ensure the success, but I'll outlay what our objective is first so you get an idea. For the most part, as I say, he's been contracted to extract some information for us. However, we're attending the little event personally, and there's a degree of danger involved. A contact of mine back in a country that we have both associated with in the near past lost an agent of theirs investigating a pair of professors from Berkeley. It's implied that a person who was attending the party, in fact, the host of the party, who also happens to be the current Director of Defense in California Free State, may have had a connection to the two professors. What we're trying to find out is, does the connection exist? Is the agent still alive? And what might have befallen them? By attending the party, we hope to provide a method of obtaining that information. The runner that we have hired will attend with us, and you can all attend also in order to provide some security, just in case things are as bad as I suspect they might be.
Are we going to be able to blend in? Because I don't know. Are we going to stick out in this event?
Shopping trip.
It's quite a mixed event. It's a event that's actually being sponsored by Chase's employer, Charisma Associates. and Horizon have an interest, being the owner of Charisma Associates. So there'll be a fairly eclectic mix of attendees. Clearly, the Director of Defense is probably one of the highest placed, though I heard a rumor that the Vice President of Calfree may also attend. On the other hand, there'll be a few celebrities from the Trid.
Oh shit!
Maybe some sports stars.
Arnold Schwarzenegger III is going to be there. Sick.
Sacramento is a little off the beaten trail, but it is where business gets done, at least government business, and there are several matters that have arisen relating to the border between Tir Tairngire and California Free State.
All right, that sounds good. I sound like I'll be able to blend in, be a bit slick.
We won't be able to associate with you openly at the party, as we'll be officially representing Charisma Associates, and it's very much to their interest as being they do a lot of business with Tir Tairngire, and let's just say Charisma Associates would very much like it if there wasn't a new war between the two states.
Sounds like
Sounds
it's
important.
Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, all right. I'll just pose as security then. Clay, have you also got a security jacket? People just don't tend to look at drugs like us if they think we're the help.
I don't know about you, but I'm more of a put on a show kind of guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of
You'll be
which,
in
I
a
mean,
band.
is there entertainment at the event?
I could be your roadie.
Entertainment is a potential way of getting you in, certainly. As I say, Charisma Associates aren't the hosts, but we are contracted to supply certain things.
Cool.
So, what would you suggest what would you suggest the best way to blend in would be?
I want to come as a guest and just mingle.
I'm not sure of your particular capabilities, having not met you before. How would you feel most comfortable at an event like that?
You could play bongos.
I'll leave that one to Clay.
I'm sure you can sort out the details and send them to Chase. He can make all the arrangements.
Slick, you can just pretend to be my date and we'll just go as guests.
I'm picturing Slick looking like Billy's older brother from F is for Family and his crappy prog rock band, and that would fit in perfectly with Clay, just saying.
He can be my sound tech.
If there's anything that you can do to assist in recovering the information, as I say, we'll have the asset on site, whom I'll arrange contact with you if there is coordination involved. But his methods may not be your methods.
So,
and you may also find alternate opportunities to find out what we're trying to find out. In return, as clearly this job is of high interest to the authorities in Tir Tairngire, passage through the border is an easy thing to obtain.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Well, we can get down to brass tacks then. Is there a cash component to this as well?
Just for expenses like buying myself a nice dress.
Chase smiles and says, "Would you like to negotiate?"
Oh dear.
Oh, is this the guy that taught you how to negotiate, Neil? Oh, I want to watch this. It's like two masters playing chess.
No. So, Chase, why don't you just tell us what you're offering?
It's one night's work. If everything remains quiet, then you walk away with 5k each. If we recover the information, on the other hand, then there'll be a substantial bonus.
I don't know, guys. Sounds pretty fair.
Sounds good to me.
I think I cut a pretty good bargain there.
Yeah, good work. Good work, Daniel.
Don't argue with the man. Well done.
Good work. Yeah. Not bad. Good size.
Neil? How about 5?
Done.
Wait, what was that?
Well, we all know who's doing all the negotiations from now.
Thunder stolen.
Sorry, Neil. I just realized a little bit late that you were giving me an opportunity to, to earn my own stripes there. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no, well, I'm glad you picked up on it.
Neil is very generous with the development opportunities, as I recall.
Stop it.
If you, send me the list of any of the requirements you have getting in. If you have anything that is a little more out of the box, then let Jamaica know. And she's maintained a few old contacts in town that might be able to supply anything you may need. Be aware, though, of course, at a high-profile event at the director's home, security will be tight.
All right, I have some thoughts on that. We'll be in touch as regards the things.
Okay.
Thanks. It was really nice meeting both of you.
Yes, we'll do this again, no doubt.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys. And I stare at Jamaica with like saucer eyes, still just like, thank you.
Okay, so they head out. And yeah, Franklin, you've been given the details to talk to the team that may be able to provide you with some security while you're at the party.
Maybe I'll introduce myself after our break.
Yes, let's have a break.
And just before we all go on break, maybe we could all think of our favorite Morty moment. I can think of a couple off the top of my head.
That's a little bit self-indulgent.
Definitely.
Jumping onto a motorcycle, roundhouse kicking a drone out of the air.
That was going to be my pick.
Yeah, stop giving us ideas.
The intro for Clay, anyway. I feel like there's a forced perspective thing happening with Martin right now. He looks kind of like a morbidly obese guy with a tiny head. Waking me up, man.
It's just camera tricks.
Yeah.
The sweaty.
Tailgate chips. I really go for a milkshake.
He should have a packet of chips on his belly.
With crumbs of chips that he's eating.
Is that better?
You don't have to indulge me either way.
Okay, so what are you guys going to do now? or are we?
So when's
sure.
the actual thing?
In 2 days.
Okay. Well, we should probably just nail down the roles we're going to take and whatever we're going to need to do that then.
Right.
Yeah, let's actually cut to Franklin now. Let's hear a little bit about him. Where is he? What's he doing?
So the job that they were pitched, that was obviously in the Tir, right?
No, it's in Sacramento. So
Okay. So Franklin's probably on job. I imagine he's used his credentials to cross the border because he's from the Tir. I imagine, like, honestly, Ben, I'm gonna level with you. I can't remember what the job is.
So your part of it is to break into his, like, I'll give you his name because I didn't mention it. Where is it? Bryson Church. So he's the Director of Defense for California Free State, and Jamaica thinks that he probably has some data stored at his house, which is where this event is being hosted. So you're being inserted in as one of the guests to help find that, to break into it.
Okay, is this night of or several days prior?
Where we are now is a few days prior.
Okay. So Morty is probably casing people who might be on the guest list. So
You said Morty.
like,
yeah, it's
not
going to be a
Morty.
habit that needs to be broken.
Yeah.
Franklin.
You need to change your name
Yeah,
Frank-
on
your name on your
Oh
camera.
yeah. All right, give me 1 second.
Otherwise, everyone else is going to call you Morty as well, which may still happen.
I can just think of Franklin the Turtle.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of like the name Franklin. I like saying it, so I reckon I should click in with it pretty quick.
Yeah, and it doesn't end with a Y, so it's unless you guys start calling me Frankie.
Frankie goes to Hollywood.
So yeah, this is a defense official. So Morty is going to be drinking or surveilling, like Franklin is going to be surveilling bars around the area. In terms of his sort of like social engineering, just sort of meeting and greeting people, trying to be charming and network and learn a bit about people that may or may not be there, see who he can pump for information maybe. So, he's currently, the camera opens upon him as he is deep in conversation with a young woman who is apparently entranced by his large elven eyes. Brown, of course. Alright, no, I'm not gonna do this bit. But yeah, Franklin is an elf. He's tall, lanky, his
How tall?
hairstyle is high and tight. He's like, what's the average elf height?
I think it's about 187-ish, sort of 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, okay, he's 6'2". He's 57 years old, but you can't tell it to look at it. You guys have to ask me that, or it's metagaming. He looks to be in his late 20s. And based on the situation, he'd be wearing like an armored suit, which would be a bespoke 3-piece. Very dashing. And he's, doing his business, doing the rounds of the bars, near the office of this defense official, the head of the defense of what Ben said.
Okay. Well, do you want to socialize, perhaps, then, if you're trying to find stuff out that way?
Oh, are we there now?
No, this is just him at the moment.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Sorry, I haven't got the sheet open just yet. Yes, I would like to socialize. I believe from memory that's 2 dice. I'll just confirm that. Yeah, that's 2 dice. Oof.
Not a risky.
So kind of move in to lean in closer, put my hand on a pillar, maybe next to her, but sort of my hand slips off the pillar, and I just sort of like spill my drink over her.
All right, so yeah, she just finds the whole thing kind of charming nonetheless, but yeah, you get the sense she's getting the wrong impression. You're not really getting any information out of her.
I'm gonna make my apologies and beat a hasty retreat. Maybe move on to the next bar. I've caused a commotion here, Don't want to raise my profile too much. I'm on the mission.
So, like I said, you've been given the contact details of another team that's been brought in to assist your job.
I'm way too cool for them to text them first. I'm going to wait for them to text me.
Okay. So vice versa, I guess.
This should go well.
Can we cut back to us and like Claire's in conversation with Neil? Hey man, like you know that I like really respect your leadership. As a fellow leader, I just have a band and I am constantly struggling to keep them together. But you seem to make it look effortless. But I do have like one bit of feedback that we have to. Whoever's going to replace Bobby has to like have their shit locked down. Like. Fucking all they're great. I see great potential in them, but you can't tell me you haven't noticed that Anik Pay attacks Hay and the reluctance to open doors. So
yeah, I mean, I'm picking up what you're putting down, but
cool. I'm just I want us to have our liabilities. All in one place.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down here, and that's 100% a priority. But I also have to point out that the sort of people who get into this game do tend to be damaged.
Yeah.
No offense, I know I am.
Fair point.
And if they're not, the game damages them after a while anyway.
Ben, just a quick question. Like, I've tentatively kind of picked compile as one of my special abilities, compiler, and also adapter. I don't really know how Sprite works yet. I can worry about that later probably. But would I have any sprites at the moment? Because if I do, I definitely would like to have a butler sprite. Maybe not a butler sprite, but like a handler sprite, a fucker. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Jeez.
Can it take the form of a paperclip?
No.
It's like
Sometimes-
to do this.
sometimes
It's
it makes
like
you
you're trying to do espionage. Would you like some help?
Sometimes, Amanda, you come in with some real fucking spicy suggestions, but that one is not one.
I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, sure, you can have one to begin with.
In which case, like, I'm probably having the same question with I can't think of a name on the spot. I'm just not gonna name him just yet. With my butler sprite, be like,
Jeeves.
I'm not calling him Jeeves.
Alta
Yeah.
Vista.
Bobo.
Yes, like, yeah, I know I've got those contact details, but people can be a liability, especially Shadowrunners. They're all a bit damaged.
Whoa, now.
He's apparently talking to thin air as he walks down the street.
I share your experience, sir.
These guys throwing shade.
Bonsai buddy.
What was Iron Man's personal assistant's name?
Jarvis. Or
Jarvis.
Friday, depending on which one.
All right, hey Bitsy, would you mind reaching out to the contact?
Sure. You want me to set up a meeting or something?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, apparently all of us are too socially awkward to ask ourselves.
Okay. So a message comes through.
Ah, Jarvis, would you go see what they want?
Okay.
It's a very have our people talk to your people kind of situation we've got going on.
No, I mean, like, Jarvis is going to screen my calls, so Jarvis will answer and be like, oh, hello, this is the number for Frank Abagnale.
Okay. So
I thought you said your surname was how big now?
Abagnale.
Yeah, okay.
so shimmering pink horse icon with a reasonably attractive sounding female voice saying, hi, this is Bitsy. We're from team that you are maybe going to work with soon. So, hey, we should probably chat about how we're going to help each other and not die.
Jarvis imperceptibly raises one eyebrow as he looks Bitsy up and down and says, yes, I'm sure. He looks distant for a second and then, agrees to meet with them at a time of their choosing.
Okay, so we'll say later on tonight, 11 o'clock.
And where might that be?
I know of a good Irish bar.
Very good.
We also need to compile a list of things we need.
Let's meet him in a place where, we're probably more comfortable.
Oh, like
I agree.
Seattle.
Let's go to somewhere a bit dark. A bit shit.
Irish bar.
Yeah, the Irish bar is not particularly great.
Sounds specifically where you're most comfortable, Slick.
for Bitsy's edification, Jarvis would have appeared to have been impeccably dressed in a tuxedo with tails and a bow tie.
Hey, Bitsy, what did he seem like? Can you get a read on him at all?
Say stuck up. Say stuck up.
I don't think that was him.
Oh, like a fixer or a agent.
I think it was a sprite.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I know what that is.
That's not very Street Samurai, is it? That doesn't sound like a... I mean, fucking Morty, he didn't know what a sprite was, I imagine.
Yeah, but to be fair, Morty wasn't on the technological side of that particular paradigm. Yeah.
Is Bitsy able to tell because of her previous relationship?
Wow, being a Decker, she would know all about that kind of thing.
Not all Deckers know, and not all of them understand, but yeah, she has experience.
Is sprites like a technomancer thing specifically? Okay, I wasn't aware.
Yeah, well, I mean, Neil might not be 100% aware, so Bitsy says...
Well, we have dealt with the werewolf thing.
Yeah, you've seen one, but yeah, Deckers can create agents, which are basically little programs that do stuff, but sprites are like spirits in the Matrix. They're a level beyond what an agent can do, and they don't work. And they work in the same way that technomancers work, which is difficult to define. Defies normal programming logic. So Deckers don't tend to like... Deckers that do experience them don't tend to like them because they don't work in the way that they should.
Suddenly the tension between Flick and Bitsy is like makes a lot of sense.
So yeah, Bitsy says, let's just say I got some Flick vibes.
Oh, okay. All right, gotta get back on that horse. I understand.
Good for you, Bitsy. Good for you.
Just I'll stay in the background. Okay.
Play it cool. Yeah, we got you.
All right. Well, should we meet this? Are we meeting? We're meeting the dude, not the sprite.
I assume
Right.
so.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's the arrangement.
All right. Let's get ready and do this.
Okay. So yeah, the Irish place Kilkenny is seems to be a regular dive. It's reasonably well appointed for that purpose, but as various detritus and spillage happens throughout the night, it is not maintained. So by 11 o'clock, it's starting to look a lot rougher than when you first came in.
I don't know about you, Slick, but it seems like we fucking nailed this.
This is a nice place. Don't you feel like just at home, comfortable?
Morty would have liked, Franklin would have liked to have gotten there early.
Okay.
So, who are we keeping an eye out for? What does this guy look like?
Well, Franklin will be like wearing probably would have cased this place a little bit first and would be wearing appropriate streetwear. But I imagine he would have done something in the Matrix to figure out if you guys were getting here. or something? Because I'd like to do you don't find me, I find you of some description. So if you guys just sit down somewhere, I'll saddle up to you and it's going to look dope as fuck.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can look at the security cameras, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys all want to drink? I'll get the drinks while you guys find a table or a booth or whatever.
Hook me down with an American beer.
I'll just have water, thanks. Want to be sharp.
So this,
Normal water or spicy water?
Just normal water, none of that garbage.
Okay. Slick?
We're meeting someone. We're having a beer. It's sociable.
All right. I go up and I order myself a Bloody Mary as well. And I take the drinks back and sit down.
yeah, so the human bartender, young lady, probably in her mid-20s, as you come up, rolls her eyes and says, "Another one."
Bitch, what?
Hey,
Sorry, what did you just say?
we do. Hey, look, I do want some more drinks, man. Like, don't piss her off.
No, you guys are sitting down. Shh.
Oh right. Oh shit. Sorry, I thought this was at the
This
table.
has been between me and this little
You're a bit
bitch.
far south, aren't you?
I'm sorry, what?
Said you're a bit far south.
What's that supposed to mean?
Your kind do better behind their borders.
Just give us our drinks, and I won't cause any trouble.
No, you won't.
Oh, are we noticing any of this?
Oh yeah, you can see there's tension, and it's not just from the bartender. There's a few other, like, there's no other elves in the place. There's a couple of orcs, dwarf as well.
Hey, Clay, how do you feel about looming intimidatingly with me?
Yeah, I reckon I could do that. Just bear in mind we don't have Morty with us, so our shit cake.
Yeah, and I'm underaged, and we want more drinks. I think we should be nice.
So I say to go, I'm sorry, is there a problem? Do you have a problem with me being here?
No problem at all. She pours the drinks.
All right, I saw what you're doing there, Ben. Whoops. I missed a moment there. Fuck.
I'll take the drinks and sit down and glare and say to the dudes, you won't believe what that girl just said to me.
Now, what the fuck? I saw what was going on.
Yeah.
What was that shit?
She's a racist.
Ah, typical human.
Yep.
She said my
No
kind
offense,
don't
like-
do well this far south. And she said, oh, another one.
Wait, it's just anti-elf?
Oh, I thought it was like because we're like closer to the tropics here and your pale complexion. For context, Neil is quite dark skinned.
At this point, Franklin would like to just kind of slip in at the table kind of smoothly, like, where did he come from? He just appeared out of the press of people, as if stepping out of a flow.
All right, steady on, mate. We're in the middle of a very intense discussion about appropriate behavior regarding racism.
Also, I'd like to remind everyone with that previous discussion with the lady at the bar that Orla has a very thick Irish accent.
I thought maybe you might have like picked a bit about if you had an elf in your crew. I mean, like,
And we're in an
they
Irish bar.
definitely
Sure.
would not have wanted to have come here.
Oh, fuck, that's good. Irish bar, Irish accent, and she's being a dick about it? Oh, ironic racism.
I should be telling her
Well-
where the fuck to go.
I bet she hasn't even killed Kenny.
So
I've killed a few Kennys in my time.
Are you the team?
There's a couple of things that I should mention, that one of which Orla would know, that the elves essentially took over Ireland and kicked out a lot of people. A number of them who ended up in the States. And the other, which has been somewhat foreshadowed this session, which is that there are constant border tensions between Tir Tairngire and California Free State, and there has actually been 2 wars between the two.
You should be like, oh no, I'm from the other Elvish apartheid, not the one just near here.
Yeah, in northern California Free State, there is a disputed border.
Yeah.
So anti-Elven sentiment is not uncommon, and it could be for either reason, either because of the Irish thing or because of the California thing.
Can't fucking win.
It's not a good place to be an elf.
I really need to learn how to speak in an Irish accent, so I can really nail this character.
Watch Dairy Girls 14 times.
Yeah, that's what I should do. Anyway, all right. Well, Orla fucked that interaction up, but
Is Franklin now at the table?
I'd say it makes sense because you're used to not having to deal with that sort of thing for quite some time, and now it's come back. So I think your reaction was pretty genuine.
Yeah, in your defense, Orla, I don't think there was a winnable situation.
Yeah, she's just like, you fucking what?
So Franklin has arrived.
Are you the team I'm supposed to meet? And I'm wearing like a hoodie with the hood pulled up over my elfin ears.
Are you the guy who's meeting a team?
Yes.
Oh, then yes. Hey, I'm Neil. Shake your hand.
I dumbly shake your hand. I'm just like lost for words.
All right.
I am Orla.
Yeah, we got Slick here and Clay. Yeah, so we'll basically, I believe our role is basically to support you in the mission, pretty much. So.
Well, that's reassuring. So what prep work have you guys done? You got any legwork done yet?
Hey, look, we've only just been, handed this mission over. We're just here to help you. How far have you gone?
Well, when did you get here?
Well,
I mean, here, like the bar here, or the country here.
Fucking shit.
Yeah, I mean, we got the job today.
Yeah.
I guess you could call it. We'll say we're in the preliminary planning stages.
I mean, I got the job like in the last 48 hours. I've got managed to make contact with several people who'll be in with the party. No on high level, mind you. Mainly, people trying to climb the ranks in the place where they're employed. That's important. My role.
I've
right now. I'm sorry.
I've been on Pinterest trying to figure out what I'm gonna wear.
I've got a set list sorted.
All right, guys, we've got like 76 hours to organize an insertion into a public event. I mean, I hope you guys.
Yeah, well, just like tell us what you need, and we'll see what we can do. We're waiting on kind of your instruction, really.
Your show, bro.
Wow, Jesus Christ! All right.
These are your pigs and your farm.
Not mind me. Not. How do you say words? Not mind readers, bro. You want anything specific? You let us know. Otherwise, we'll just be there, ready to rock and roll.
Maybe it'll help. Maybe we should explain what we're capable of. What can we all do? Maybe that'll help Franklin understand how we can fit into the plan.
What we can do is probably leave the bar that's filled with all of these very obviously racist humans and go somewhere safe and talk about the very obvious crime that we're going to do in a public place. I
Whoa,
don't
whoa, 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 whoa,
know
whoa,
about
whoa.
you.
Shh. Ixnay on the I'm cray. Should we go back to one of our hotel rooms?
Yes, I think that might be a very good idea.
I wasn't talking to you.
All right. Well, my mini fridge is full of beer now, so I invite you all.
All right, let's go.
I say in group chat, I don't know if I like this dude's attitude.
Yeah, he does seem a bit fucking stuck up, doesn't he?
Capital IKR.
I slip away from the table. Can I just kind of insert myself into their comm network?
Fuck.
As long as he can't read any backlog.
It is being guarded. You can try.
Yeah, hasn't Bitsy got us covered?
Yeah, I just try to sort of like push the door open.
So yeah, it's locked.
I knock on the door.
Okay, so
Do we get a request to join the chat? Denied.
Hey, dude, if you want to, like, you know, join in, you can just, like, ask.
I think I'm asking Bitsy right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bitsy says, "Hey, he's like requesting to, you know, come on comms. You guys cool with that? I don't know. I
Can we set up, like, a separate channel?
Yeah, we set up a new one because
I mean,
are getting bad juju from this guy.
For now.
I mean, no, just going forward. If this guy turns out to be cool, this will just be the new chat, right?
Yeah.
all right, fair enough.
All right, done. So yeah, you're allowed in.
Oh, mean hacking! You got into our comms.
Hey, Frank.
Oh, good to see the someone on your team is at least somewhat professional.
I suppose I should be more kind to my common elf.
I'm in my own Uber. You can send me the address where you'd like to meet. Somewhat
Alright.
more securely.
All right, I'll send the details through, and then the original chat will be like, this guy.
Yeah, is he a dicker or what?
Yeah, it can't be a very good one. He couldn't even break into our comms without asking Bitsy nicely.
I don't know. I mean, he's acting a bit odd, but you know, he's isn't he? You know, recommended. He's affiliated with Chase. You know, don't you trust Chase?
Yeah, that's the only reason I haven't told him to fuck straight off into the night so far.
I don't know if he's got a particularly good impression of us either, guys. So, you know.
Yeah, I gathered that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I did just come from quite a hostile interaction, so I'm a bit on edge.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
Well, I mean, do we need to be friends with him? Like, you know, maybe, you know, the whole point is to just do the mission. Like, as long as he can
Yeah,
tell
but
what to do.
if we're working in a team together, we got to have somewhat of an understanding.
Oh, look, it's totally possible to work with a contractor who's being a dick.
Just be diplomatic.
We're professionals, right?
Yeah.
Diplomatic and professional are two of my many middle names.
All right, so we reconvene at
Wait,
Neil's room.
That's why they call you Neil DP Stubbs? I thought it was like a Baron's nickname.
Something like that.
So Bitsy messages Franklin as well and says, first impression might not have been the greatest, but I can probably say one, we've done some pretty big stuff, and two, it's been a pretty rough ride over the last, couple of weeks. So I don't know if that buys anything, but just thought I should say it.
He is taking this very seriously, to be fair, which is a good thing.
Oh, but she's just talking to me.
Oh.
I'll be like, well, yes, but words are lambs, and deeds are lion. So, coming days shall be the test, shan't they?
Yeah.
Can she relay that back to the rest of us, please?
She could, but she won't.
Oh.
Okay, so back to the hotel. So the network here is so kind of cruddy in quality that it's unlikely to be have anyone eavesdropping.
All right. Welcome to Casa de Neil. Beer.
I'm gonna approach Franklin and be like, "Hey man, I feel like we got off the wrong foot. I'm sorry about that. We've been super tense. So here's my introduction. I'm Clay. I make magic happen with music."
Can you point to your club and be like, "This is where the magic happens"?
Not in a million years.
Franklin's gotten changed in the car ride over. Quick costume change. He's back in his bespoke 3-piece. He's he turns to Clay and says, "Well, yes, forgive me for being a bit tense as well. I was likewise in a bar full of racist humans with very pointy ears. I'm sure you can understand."
Yeah, you could say that.
Clay, pleasure. Shaman, I presume.
If you want to use a label, sure.
Forgive me.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's same.
and you
Sorry,
like-
Franklin. I'm Orla. We're the same. We're both elves. We should be have some solidarity between us. I'm from Ireland. It's been a long time since I've been home, and by home I mean Tir Tairngire, and it's been a tough few weeks. And
You mean Tunanog?
No, her new home is.
And yeah, racist people piss me off. So I'm sorry. I can also do magic, by the way.
Franklin raises his eyebrows at 2 magic users. Turns to Slick and says, "And you, young one, you seem very good at hiding, at being discreet, if I'm any judge, but I say that way more gooder."
Well, you be right. You seem to be a very good judge of character then. Well done. Yes, I am a sneaky man.
I don't suppose laughing like it would be ridiculous. You can do magic too.
You really are a little You're a smart man, eh? Right. Well, I don't know really. That's something I'm kind of figuring out as of now. But yeah, I can I can do a bit of summon, but not all the time. I'm still learning.
Turning to Neil, I'm like, and you? Are you a mage?
I'm more of a technological wizard, actually. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Rigger, drones, vehicles, etc. Just the usual. Muscle when necessary. What
You're a bit of an equipment man there, you know, a little bit of a machine head.
You could say that.
All right.
So what are you bringing to the table, Franklin?
Well,
Yeah, apart from 3 different outfits, what else?
Thank you for noticing, my good man. Yes, that is one thing I'll bring to the table, is I will always be impeccably dressed.
Neil gives a slick Shadowrunner's nod.
And I have a few friends that can get things done for me. And that's all I usually say about that. However, I couldn't help overhearing your exceedingly efficient Decker. As she has guessed, I am a spooky technomancer. Woo! And I'd like to make all the lights in the place flicker.
Done.
I like how we did that. That was really good, Neil.
I knew we should have sprung for a better place. Fucking hell.
I live in an apartment where like that would
What's
happen.
the fucking deal here? This place is going fucking crazy. I'm just gonna call in management and see what the hell's going on, because this is just fucking ridiculous, if you ask me.
Now in the bar you asked me for a plan, and I mean the plan is always the plan, isn't it? I mean, like, we've got 70, we've got what, 48 plus another 24, 72 hours to before this party drops. So currently we're doing legwork. I've got a point of insertion. My name's on the guest list. Before I go in, I'd like to get the blueprints for the building and finish myself with a complete guest list. I haven't been able to achieve either of those things thus far.
Alright, well, perhaps you can coordinate with Bitsy. She's a fucking wizard when it comes to pulling that kind of stuff up.
Couldn't Chase give us a guess list, maybe?
I prefer social engineering wherever possible, but if needs must, I can go in and get these things myself. So I wasn't too worried.
Bitsy says we could get it from Chase, but that if it gets back to him.
Okay.
I can go looking for it, or I'm sure that your resident Decker would be more than capable of getting it herself.
Or you could work together. Teamwork makes the dream work. Whatever.
My experience with Deckers is that they tend not to like how I get things done.
You might be surprised what Bitsy likes.
I've worked with one of you before, but I'm content to just run security on this one. I'm still a little last job and the last few weeks have been a little tough to to manage, so I'll just take a back seat. You run things however you like, Franklin. I won't get in your way.
Franklin, what sort of supplies are we going to need going into this? Weapons, armor, disguises, whatever.
I mean, a beautiful set of clothes, and if they can resist bullets, all the better. Personally, I always have my trusty Shadowrun gun that's small, hold-out silenced steel.
Walther palm pistol.
Yeah.
A pea shooter.
Well,
Okay.
Not a pea shooter, but like
It's a pea shooter.
James Bond type gun, you know?
Yeah, pea shooter. Well, I think technically that would be a light pistol, but Walter P38. Yeah, well, here's what I like to rock. Neil opens up his jacket to reveal 2 shoulder holsters with like ridiculously excessive revolvers.
Yes, I tend not to like to need those sorts of things, but if absolutely required, I do have a. Ben, what equipment am I allowed to have? I mean, I've done a couple of costume changes so far.
I don't know. Just name something and I'll let you know if you've got it or not.
Basically, like, I don't see this guy wearing more than medium armor, but, like, light armor basically all the time, you know? Like, clothes that can stop a bullet of some description.
Yeah, if it's gonna look like nice...
like, shot gloves, a silenced pistol, and possibly a sniper's rifle. Now, it's a sniper's rifle that I'd be like, can I have that in my inventory? That's a big ask.
It's something that you could have, but probably didn't bring with you here because it's a different level of.
Yeah.
On the other hand, we presumably still have the hunting rifle that Morty got.
Mm-hmm.
But you'd have to bring that up. I guess if your clothes look like a dapper suit, it's probably no more than light armor.
Basically, yeah. But yeah, I've been known to be a dab hand with a sighted rifle.
So yeah, probably from preliminary sort of legwork you've been able to do. Yeah, you know the details of security at this place obviously are going to be very high. There will be private security on site with all manner of different scanners, etc. There are exceptions made for close protective services of some of the guests. They are allowed to bear firearms of discreet form factor.
Yeah, I mean, well, we've got a pretty good rifle here that might be your speed, but I'm guessing it's probably not going to be useful for this specifically.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine us needing a rifle inside the party per se.
Yeah, I think as long as surely we'll be able to help out. I don't think it's a weapon job necessarily.
So just to be clear, I've got a guest. I'm on the guest list. These guys aren't on the guest list?
Not yet, but they can be. Again, there is an offer from Chase to sort of breeze them through, but on the other hand, again, potentially something that Bitsy would point out is that does implicate him if there is any chaos.
So,
well, Neil was just assuming that would happen.
The question I have to ask then is, do you want to be in the party at the time of extraction, or would one of you prefer to just join me as my close security support?
I think it would be best if we were on site, just in case.
I mean, you could be on site, just not inside. there are many ways to be on site. Maybe one of you could join the catering crew.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's kind of how I thought we were going to have to do it anyway. I thought like maybe one of us were all going to be. I'll be a bartender and you go work in the kitchen. Like we can figure out.
He's
the
hoping you
company
guys
down
have to
and
get
buy
hired
stuff
first
and
in
get
3
uniforms.
days. I mean, like, we're cutting it a bit fine. Possibly we may have to incapacitate someone and take a uniform, but then that raises the threat level considerably, no? You all agree?
Surely we could figure out. We'll know the company, the name of the company that's provider, and the catering and the staff, and we'll just figure out where they buy their uniforms and get some uniforms.
All right, so more matrix work. Yes, very good.
Well, I thought we were thinking that Clay could be musical. What's the word you say when you're a music man? For the party. The dude can play motherfucking songs.
Supposing that they hire Clay to play at their very prestigious events, and there's 3 days out. You think maybe that they've already arranged music?
Yeah, I was thinking that maybe with 2 days to go, we would probably have to shoehorn some shit in somewhere. Quite.
So, get a guest list. Get employment records get you guys employed at the catering company. Building blueprints, and also incapacitate the entertainment so Clay can be hired as the entertainment. Anything else?
We don't necessarily have to be employed. I mean, there's going to be.
We also don't have to incapacitate anyone at that point.
We just have to have the uniforms. That's pretty easy to get.
We don't need to incapacitate anyone. They're gonna need more than one musical act. What we need to do is fucking get someone to pull some fucking strings, man.
I was hoping to be a guest and.
Then we get Chase to pluck. Chase. Then get Clay to pluck some strings.
Do all of your plans rely on presupposition and happenstance and wishing on a prayer?
No, they rely on actually doing things and not just talking about it.
And it's living on a prayer?
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Franklin. We're a bit haphazard, but it always works out.
Look, I think we shouldn't be making any decisions about how we're going to crack this nut until we actually know what the nut looks like. So I suggest maybe I go and get us our guest list, and I get us our blueprints, and we actually get a look at the geometry of this job and the people that are going to be involved. And then maybe the ideas that we have may be informed by evidence.
Ola was really wanting to get dressed up and be a guest.
Yes, like fuck around and do that shit's fine. I was thinking about actually doing some getting ready, but whatever.
What's the actual
getting you guys on the guest list is absolutely possible, but do we want all of you inside? Yes? No? Maybe so?
Are you saying that you want someone with you?
I'm saying I can bring someone with me. Where we could extract the information, and then you guys aid us in escaping the situation if things go loud. Or
Bitsy?
we all enter, and then we all escape if things go loud.
All right, sounds good, Franklin. I'm going to take a piss.
If anyone's going to go with Franklin, maybe I suggest Ola, just because that would look nice and normal.
I'm still saying that we don't actually make a decision about who goes where until we do some legwork and get the information that we haven't got yet.
All right, then. Let's do the legwork.
Do the legwork.
What is the objective?
I think Clay's thing is froze for me.
The objective is to extract information.
It's to, for you, Franklin, specifically, it's to break into his secure data store and recover any information that you can find on him and a pair of Berkeley professors, or even better, if he has any information about this particular agent that went missing, investigating the professors.
Okay, the guest list doesn't seem super relevant to that.
The guest list is useful for our social engineering. But the blueprints would be useful for maybe identifying where the information is stored. It would be an offline network.
Not going to argue that that's probably pretty useful. The guest list, nice to have, maybe.
I mean, are we even going to know any of these people that are going to be on the guest list?
Well, we won't know unless we
Some of
find
them
the guest list, will we?
considered plus one.
Yeah, you seem pretty on the ball here, Frank. I'm gonna take the lead, Frank. I'm with you.
The guest list will tell us such things as who is in attendance, who they work for, their positions. This information is all very useful to us, as we may be able to engineer that person into inviting us along under some sort of guise.
Good point.
Okay, well,
I think I should
do it
keep
then.
looking. Never mind, doesn't matter. Sorry.
Okay, so who's doing what?
Franklin is finding out the blueprints and guest list and we're doing some legwork.
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna do some matrix work, so I probably don't feel like doing that in front of you new people. So I'll make my farewells and agree to, keep in contact via comms, and yeah, I'll go back to wherever I'm staying, and yeah, sort of digest the day with Jarvis, and then prepare to get the information from the Matrix.
Okay. What's everyone else going to do?
Did we nail down what our actual roles were going to be, or did we just sit there and suck some shit?
No, there was no roles to find, I don't think.
No.
Franklin on a mission to get some info, and then I think the plan's going to be made after that.
Yeah, Franklin's argument was that you don't have enough information to really come up with a plan.
Never stopped us before.
Guys, is it just me, or does Franklin speak in a very 2040s pastiche?
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What how old that dude is?
I mean, he's an elf. He could be 120,
Exactly.
roughly.
What time of year is it?
Man, he can't even change into a dragon.
It is now coming into spring.
So still a little bit chilly at night time, possibly. We're in Northern California.
So then the whole state isn't currently on fire, but will be soon.
Pretty much.
Okay, well, Orla is pretty set on wanting to get dressed up anyway. So is contingency buying something to wear. But see, I'd like to buy something that is long sleeved, floor length, but also provides some sort of protection.
Okay.
Is that possible?
Kevlar isn't this season.
I can get some options together, I suppose.
Clay's constructing a set list.
Neil's going to buy a new security jacket just because he needs one anyway, because the last one got fucking riddled with bullets.
All I would like to have one of those small handguns that can be strapped to her leg so you can't tell that she's carrying it.
Oh, a pea shooter.
Not a pea shooter.
Pea shooter there.
That's,
Walter PVK.
Jamaica can arrange temporarily.
I think Slick's just chilling.
An interesting
Having a
thing.
good moment for himself. Maybe even, have a bit of his meditation time. Talk to his shadow a bit.
A thing in Neuromancer, which interestingly I haven't seen in Shadowrun, is hiring weapons is really common.
Oh yeah,
Like you gotta,
renting them.
yeah, like this is like a strictly illegal fucking shit, but it's like if you can't afford your own weapon, you can rent one relatively cheaply.
Okay.
Just pay for the MOU, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe the whole thing gets a little like weirdly involved in that novel as well, which I strongly recommend reading because Shadowrun rips it off very hard.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching this one. I can't remember what I was watching. Where this guy just gets orders to kill someone, and he goes to like an open source 3D printing place and just prints himself out a gun and some bullets, and then goes on a mission to go kill that person. I'm just like, I don't know, kind of like buzzed out on open source 3D printing places.
Well, I mean, that hadn't been thought of when Shadowrun became a thing, but like realistically, it probably would be.
Okay, so what I might get you to... Well, let's see. What do we got? Yeah, Seek is probably the main thing you'd be looking at doing at the moment. Franklin?
Yeah. So yeah, I will be starting with the building's blueprints. I'm going to like the land courts or something, and looking for all like consent applications with architectural plans attached to get the most current set.
Yep. So yeah, it's standard effect. Mostly in Seek is appropriate simply because this is publicly available information.
Yeah.
It's just not easy to find.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 dice, please, go.
Fuck.
Yeah, I like to resist that, I think. I like to pretend to be good at my job.
Well, I'll tell you what the consequence is first, because the file is it is publicly held as such, but it is being monitored, which means you'll need to access it illicitly, which means you'll need to roll again at a higher risk.
Okay, yeah, I'll accept that consequence. And I'll roll again with 3 dice, please, go. Boom, there it is.
That's our first 6 denied.
And the Matrix, I like straighten my tie as I like step through the door that was previously closed to me.
Do you know what your icon looks like yet?
My icon, no, I don't. No, I don't. It's got a tie though, because I guess. Yeah.
It's a paperclip.
It's been established. It's a paperclip with a tie.
Yeah.
I was picturing it as like a tie in the shape of that, like standing up and talking like that paperclip.
So yeah, the records that you're accessing, it's standard Matrix iconography. They haven't splurged on anything particularly fantastic. So it is literally just files in a filing cabinet. Pretty dull stuff, but you're able to sense where the information is that you're trying to find, because the files themselves aren't necessarily complete. They actually draw upon a number of different other files. So by using your emergent sensors, you're able to determine the connections that aren't immediately obvious between the different files and collate them into a single document.
Oh, Martin, I wish we could do this in real life, right?
Yeah, right? That'd be amazing. Holy shit. no double handling of data. Great.
What it does tell you, though, and it may require some further study, is that the plans, when matched against, I guess, dimensional properties and similar styles of building, there are some discrepancies.
Like the floor area is slightly smaller than it should be.
More so than the usual, like transcription errors, or more so than human error would suggest.
Oh, you would be surprised what human error can achieve when it comes to architectural plans.
Yeah, I just did like 4 architectural plans where everything swore to me uphill and down dale that it was a 2.4 meter stud, but it was actually a fucking 2.6 stud when you measured it on every single one. Like, fuck you.
Numbers are hard, apparently.
Math doesn't always work out. In reality, math is just like little squiggles on a page. It's not actually real.
In our line of work, we call them 4-dimensional buildings because, according to the information we have, they couldn't exist in a 3-dimensional space.
My icon would like to pull out a little matrix icon of a pen and point it at the collated document, and it's the spy pen, and it takes a photo of it to create a PDF copy.
Nice.
Putting the spy pen back, I take my illicit copy, and my icon folds it neatly and tucks it down in a jacket pocket. Guess my icon's wearing a jacket now.
Jacket and tie. We're building more of the icon as we go.
And then turn my attention to the guest list, which is probably going to be somewhere completely different on the matrix.
Oh yeah, this is being held in Charisma Associates, which is a Horizon subsidiary. So this is a corporate data store, and it will be very secure because this is very high profile and privileged information. So it'll be a risky test, and you'll probably need to hide more than likely through this.
Yeah.
Not to mention this information is also subject to change.
So you want me to roll hide first?
Mm-hmm.
I roll 2 dice for hide, please.
Okay, so success but with a consequence.
Do I accept? I will resist, if I may.
Wait until you hear what the consequences mean.
Alright, I'll hear the consequence.
Okay, so in this case, the access to the file will be noted.
No, I want to resist that consequence.
Okay. So that'll be your body, which is 2.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I didn't think that through.
So 2 karma.
Damn it.
So
It's
you
just
do you
that
notice.
But no, I'll take the 2 karma.
Okay, so the Charisma Associates, they're a polar opposite to the City Hall and the like, the Department of Works, etc. This is extremely expensive and meant to be intentionally confusing iconography so that people who aren't used to it, i.e. illicit accessors like yourself, become disoriented. And it's basically like a hall of a crystal. And there are different... The crystal is all irregular, so it's like being in a crystal cavern, and there are different colors and tunes that the crystals emanate as you approach, which is essentially a form of code that is interpreted by the devices being operated by the different employees that buzz around you, heedless of your presence, which take the form of little sort of sparky will-o'-the-wisps. Your ability allows you to largely see through this in a Neo kind of sense, and that the disorienting effects are just, you see through them. There's so much illusory, fake frippery.
Even though I can see through them, I understand that like they're not inconsequential.
You can see the construction of it speaks to the care, attention, and more importantly the money that has been allocated, which implies a high degree of security and danger.
Can I spend a certain amount of time trying to pay attention to like the shifting colors and tones to see if I can kind of further cloak my presence by like imitating them or imitating a facsimile of them?
Are you suggesting an action of some kind?
I mean, analyze and hide?
Yeah, I would say you can roll analyze to try and increase your effect at hide.
Yeah. I would like to roll 2 dice for analyze, please, go.
Or actually, probably reduce your position, potentially.
Cool. Alright. I'll take it. Success with consequence. Fucking come at me. Let's go for the file now.
Okay.
Fuck your dice guy. Holy shit.
Yeah, don't do anything dangerous with
Jesus.
dice.
I think maybe the dice area needs to just be bigger to allow for more rolling.
All right, so the extra time that you're spending in the node, what you get a sense of is that it is some of the crystals are shutting down, as if the node in itself is aware that there is a intrusive presence, and it's starting to withdraw from the matrix parts of itself. There's still, you believe there are still, you can still access the file, but it's difficult to tell whether it'll be complete.
It's now or never. I'm going for it.
Okay.
Do something dangerous with Gar's dice.
So yeah, just hide again because you haven't been detected.
2 dice.
There we go. So yeah, you find yourself over to a section of like 3 crystals jutting from the wall. One, the smallest, has gone dark, but the other 2 are, you can feel a harmony between the 2 of them. And behind that, yeah, you can sense they're drawing from the same source, which is a file.
This is just like trying to get the right plans from a Dropbox.
Yep. When the architect helpfully includes everything. So yeah, once again, I'd like to make a copy of that file and then make my exit from the. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So yeah, you get the sense there are some names on there, and there are some redacted sections which were potentially in the complementary files.
All right, coming back online, I come back on like got the blueprints, guys, and I got our guest list. Some of the names are redacted on here. Guess we'll never know. Nothing could possibly have been done about that.
Yeah, there are... the information that is there at least tells you the number of redacted names. There are 3 of them. Otherwise, yeah, you see some corporate heads. There are a couple of reasonably major celebrities.
All right. Anything that looks kind of vulnerable? Like someone we could work up? Anyone that a cursory matrix search might reveal has debts or
Are you sharing the list with the other guys?
Yeah.
In a hyper-capitalist world, imagine most people have debts. It would be weird if they didn't.
So, yeah, there's a bunch of people that don't really mean a lot to you guys that could merit some investigation. However, a couple of names catch Neil's eye in particular, and Bitsy also flags them. Hector Vasquez is attending on behalf of Ares, and Nicolette Parafy and Maximilian Lambert from the show Sealies are appearing as special guests of Horizon.
Wow.
I wonder if they'll remember me from the premiere.
You did go to the after party.
Just act cool, Neil.
Cool's my middle name.
Oh, another one.
We're gonna have a situation where someone's like, "Hey, that security guy, didn't he piss on the plant in the party one time?"
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That guy found dead in the toilets.
oh yeah.
Because Neil's the only one who remembers this.
Yeah. We're just watching him squeal in delight.
Yeah, and going, what the fuck?
Oh my god, you guys, how exciting is this?
I mean,
Hector Vasquez, whatever, fuck that dude, but
He might remember you.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Betsy, why'd you flag her name? Who is it?
I should probably keep my distance from that guy, probably.
We kind of ran into him, I guess, way back when we got the whole thing together. Like, I don't know, you know the big flying thing that we've got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of stole that from him.
You what?
Well, on the plus side, he doesn't really remember that we did, so yeah, it should be fine, I think.
Big flying thing?
Yeah.
What? Nothing.
Don't worry about it, man.
Morty pushes against the door a little bit harder on the old network. Franklin.
Well, yeah, maybe we'll come back to that as we're at our time. But yeah, there's definitely some backstory.
Well, Franklin is here. He's in.
He is in.